For today's video, first of all, I was in a bit of a quandary. I wasn't sure whether this should be in my series Epic Sides or possibly maybe it belongs in The Quest. Epic Sides is just what you think it is. Fantastic albums with a particularly amazing side of music. I've done Tattoo You, I've done Station to Station, side 1 on Station to Station, side 2 on Tattoo You. I'm going to go ahead and throw this under Epic Sides, but guess what? You're going to get some bonus content today. I'm going to talk about the best possible pressing that you should seek out. This is the record, Every Picture Tells a Story, Rod Stewart, with most of the faces on this record as well, and then some other fantastic British musicians as well. I want to talk about side 2 today. That, of course, included 4 songs with kind of an uncredited intro to Maggie May, the first song on side 1. That little classical guitar prelude is actually credited on the UK version. That uncredited intro on the American version is called Henry. It is credited on the UK versions, at least the early UK versions, and features a gorgeous classical guitar intro to Maggie May by Martin Quittenton. Let's talk about the 4 songs on this record first. First, we have Maggie May. I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about Maggie May. Everyone knows it. Everyone has heard it. If you have a quiet, clean pressing, the song really comes to life. That incredible mandolin solo in the song, great acoustic guitar as well, and one of the best lyrics out there. You know, it makes me think about fall, going back to school, and listening to Rod's hijinks in that song. You know exactly what he's talking about, and it's fantastic. Mandolin Wind is the second song, credited song on side 2, and that includes an interweaving, fantastic pedal steel guitar line by Ronnie Wood. Just gorgeous, and another really strong, evocative lyric and vocal delivery by Rod Stewart. Track number 3 is actually a cover. I Know I'm Losing You is the standout track on the album. It is really, really amazing. Everyone, all the faces that were playing on that song were just firing on all cylinders. Everybody from Ian McLagan's great piano runs, Ronnie Lane with that kind of funky bass line at the very beginning of the song and then kind of working through the song as well. Ronnie Wood with some incredible riffage going on throughout. And then the hero of this song, and he was actually uncredited, was Kenny Jones. Kenny Jones, when that drum solo kicks in on this song, he enters beast mode. And he is just, incredible. If we would have heard this Kenny Jones on maybe Face Dances or It's Hard, people would have had a different opinion of those 2 albums maybe. Now, the material was not the same, but this song is just a tour de force. There's that word again. And Kenny Jones, man, it's just absolutely amazing. And I want to talk about different pressings of this record in a minute, because you want to have a clean copy of this on vinyl, and you're going to be amazed if you don't already know about this. The soundstage on this album is huge. There's great definition, there's great separation of instruments, and just really interesting interplay on the left and right channel. The last song is Find a Reason to Believe. I think that was also a cover, originally a Tim Hardin song. And, you know, I love the piano on that song. I love Rod's kind of false ending, and he picks up the refrain again. Gorgeous, gorgeous song. But for me, side 2 is really about I Know I'm Losing You, that Temptations cover. That is just, you know, there are certain cover songs that equal the originals or maybe surpass them. This is definitely a case right here. The early issues of this record included a perforated kind of gatefold, and unfortunately it's come away from this record. This is an early Hollywood pressing, a U.S. copy, and what we have here is actually a little fold-out poster of Rod Stewart. And then some really nice liner notes in here as well, and all the credits to the musicians. I also have a very early UK pressing. You can determine an early UK. First of all, on the cover, you want to look for that Mercury, and that's going to be in black. Later copies, the Mercury will be in white. And then you want to see that all black label. There's what that early UK pressing looks like as far as the label is concerned. You can see this thing is in incredible shape. Look at the luster, look at the shine, and it sounds really, really good. It is probably my second favorite pressing of this record. So let's talk about kind of an interesting, surprising pick as far as I'm concerned, as far as what is the best pressing of the record. What I feel is the best sounding version of this record that has just incredible soundstage, incredible punch, drive. This thing explodes out of your speakers, especially on that third song. It was a non-gatefold version, and there's the back of that record. It is a 1973 repressing from what I believe are the original plates that were cut by Gilbert Kong. Now, Gilbert Kong, I've done a mastering engineer video on him as well. Check out The Who's Tommy if you can find that Gilbert Kong pressing. It is absolutely amazing. And then also Rush's Fly By Night is a great Gilbert Kong pressing, and there are many more out there to consider. But the thing about this is it's interesting because it's a repress, and in the matrix I have on side A, I think I have M13 and then M14 on side B. There are earlier pressings with Gilbert Kong in the dead wax from the 71 original run of pressings. And if you do any research on the Hoffman Forum, many people are saying that the M1 pressing is absolutely amazing. They say it beats the Gilbert Kong pressings that are out there from 71 and then the 73 that I have. If you have an M1 that you're finding out there in the wild and it's clean, by all means pick that up. But look for Gilbert Kong as well. Steve Hoffman actually chimed in on a thread back in, I think, 2003. I'm going to show a little snippet from that thread in the video today. And he said that Gilbert Kong actually had the original master tapes when he cut this thing originally for the U.S. editions. And the UK early pressings used a dub copy of that master tape. I feel that the Black Label first UK pressing is an amazing pressing. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think it's bested slightly, just a little more definition, a little more drive from the Gilbert Kong US cut. And even a 1973 pressing repress of that record, I think, beats the UK first edition. Maybe it has to do with what Steve Hoffman supposedly knows about, that Kong had access to the master tapes and that the UK copies were cut from the dub tape. In any event, this is an amazing stew of folk, hard rock, and British blues, British folk as well, and it's just almost a perfect album. This is Rod Stewart at his peak. Some people will say Gasoline Alley, but I really think this is the best Rod Stewart album, with most of the faces on here as well, which is nice. So there it is, Epic Sides, Side 2, today talking about Every Picture Tells a Story.
What's your name? Hello. You are a good dog. Yes.